Hello children and young people, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to tell you how to ask for help without making it weird. So if you are wanting to avoid being a weirdo, but you do still want the help, then just keep on watching. There's going to be a lot in this video in which I'm telling you what not to do instead of how to do it. And that's not necessarily a very NLP for kids way of explaining something, but it's probably the clearest way of explaining it to you. So you're going to have to think, what do I need to do instead? Because I'm going to be telling you, don't do it like this. So rule number one when asking for help is don't apologize for asking for help. Don't do that, because it puts you in a position of seeming as if you've done something wrong, and actually when you ask for help you're not doing anything wrong, so you don't need to apologize for it. Don't put yourself in the same category as people who have messed up or done things wrong by apologizing for the fact that you're asking for help. Number two, don't use I wouldn't ask you if, or I wouldn't ask you unless. So kind of putting those, like I didn't actually really want to have to ask you for help in the first place, around the fact that you're asking for help, because then that can minimize the extent to actually you would really value the help if you got it. So don't take away the importance that this help would have for you by saying, I wouldn't ask if, because that just then kind of makes it seem like you never really wanted to ask for the help in the first place, and it might make the person that you're asking the help from less willing to actually help you. Please don't do this.
Don't do it.
Please do not say, oh my god, you're gonna love helping me so much, this is gonna be so much fun, because actually if the other person's helping you, they're helping you because they're a nice person, not because they think there's something in it for them. So don't try and sell it to them in that way. Don't get them involved by making it seem as if this is going to be good for them. Just be straight up honest about it. This is good for you. I mean, if it is fun for them, then actually that's a very good outcome. But it's not something that you can promise, and it's not something you want to guarantee. Don't do this either. Don't tell them, it's just a teeny tiny little thing. It's just a small thing that I need the help with.
But it's small, tiny.
Because actually it may not go that way. It may end up as being something which is quite important for you. It may end up being a really big thing. It might turn into something else. Whereas if you tell them that it's tiny and insignificant, again, we're in that situation where they might feel less inclined to actually help you. They may feel like it's not all that important to you, and then even if they do decide to help, they might not give you the help when you wanted it because you didn't give them that sense of importance and urgency around it. Don't do this one either. Don't tell them that you owe me one.
You owe me.
Because that's not a good way to encourage someone to help you, is by telling them that they owe you. If you do that, then it's more like a trade rather than they're coming from a place of like caring, helpfulness. So you're likely to end up motivating them in a different way, and it might be that maybe they don't want to do this thing where they owe you one, and so they're going to be motivated then by something quite negative. Whereas if you ask for help and they give it to you, it's coming from a place of giving rather than a place of feeling like they have to do something.
What was that? What was that?
Don't go overboard telling them how much their help will do for you. Because if you do that, it doesn't really show any benefits for them. So what you might want to do instead is to say, when you do this, it's going to really help me see how responsible you are, or as a result of you helping me in this way, I'm gonna really appreciate you because I know how much time it has taken out of your day. So when you kind of put the emphasis on the fact that they're doing something for you and that you appreciate it, rather than this is going to be so good for me, thank you so much for helping me. This is going to make me so much happier and so much more relaxed. Then actually, that's not going to be a good selling point for them either. So don't do that one. And finally, the thing that you should do when you ask for help is to express it in the same way that you would express pretty much anything else with that person when you communicate with them. Saying it in a way which is not making yourself feel small and not bolstering up their ego to a point where it seems unrealistic and like you're begging, is putting the idea of reaching out for help into just a normal interaction, a normal conversational exchange. And that's probably the best way for it to be, because that way nobody gets to feel any more powerful or powerless than they should do in reaching out and asking for help. Reaching out and asking for help should just be a normal everyday thing, providing you don't overdo it and ask for help all of the time. And if you can be the kind of person that then steps in and offers help before anybody's even asked for it, or performs random acts of kindness, then in a way this kind of rebalances what you're asking for with what you are putting out and what you're doing and what you're giving back, even to that person or just the world in general. So reaching out and asking for help is not something you should ever feel guilty or uncomfortable for doing. The more you can get comfortable with practicing that muscle, the more easily you will move forward in your life, and the better other people will come to learn about you and understand you. And that's a really good thing. So I hope that that was helpful for today. If you were, there is a little fly here. I hope that that was helpful for you today. If you got something useful from this video, then make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to already subscribe to this channel, go ahead and click the red subscribe button before you leave, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!